Hey guys, Chad Madden here, and today I want to share with you the 30 systems. So I shared this with you before. Here it is again. This is the 30 marketing systems that I've built over time to grow my private practice, single site private practice, to this 10,600 square foot facility where we see over 500 visits a week. And I just have a stat sheet here. We hit 527 this week, but I want to share those systems with you. And I've spent personally over $1.8 million marketing and building this practice. You know, along the way I've failed a lot, and I've also learned what really works for marketing private practice today, and I want to share it with you. And why do I want to do this? I know when I'm talking with owners, many times they're skeptical because as physical therapists within our industry, usually when we're onto something, we don't want to share it with anybody else. Well, this right here, this is about the extent of what I want to grow to have. But more importantly, I have a deep passion for private practice physical therapy, and I also have a passion for helping other owners succeed. And I also know what it's like. It wasn't all that long ago where I was worried about where my next new patient was going to come from. See, I've crashed a couple times now, and I remember when I first opened up, hey, we just need 5 new patients a week, because I knew that was the driver of my business. And if I just have 5 new patients a week, you know, then my wife can stay home and we'll be okay financially, and we'll be able to have a couple kids, and everything will be all right. I also know what it's like to not have enough money coming in that you can't go out and hire that next PT, even though you're working 65 or 70 hours a week. I know what it's like to want a practice and not have it, that doesn't completely rely on you being there. I know what it's like to take a vacation and come back and you lose $5,000 or $10,000 in a week or so. You know, I can remember just having that desire that I was able to step away and not have my practice crash, and that's part of the reason I'm still wearing this. One of my goals was to be able to coach my sons in baseball, and I was able to do that after working years till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Was able to step away because I built systems. And most of us, why do we want more new patients? Well, we want more new patients so our business runs well, more profitable. Well, why do we want to do that? So we can hire more people and have the business run without us. Well, why do we want to do that? At least for me, my line of thinking was I wanted to spend more time with my family. I wanted to know my kids. I wanted to create experiences with my children. For me, I also know what it's like to be up till 3 in the morning and not be able to sleep, feeling extremely stressed, and also feeling absolutely helpless, like there was nothing that I could do. I was searching for an answer, but I couldn't really find it. So I'm in the trenches with you. And really quick personal story today. So I just shared that we had our highest, most visits ever in this clinic. Literally, we just finished this in the past week, had 527 visits. And then today, my office manager just let me know that she's resigning. So, I'm in the trenches with you. I'm seeing the ICD-10 changes come across. That just happened yesterday. Also, we just got an insurance tiering where that's going to mean a lot more paperwork for us as well. So I'm in it with you. I'm solving problems with you as a fellow private practice owner, and I know how hard it can be. So that's why I'm passionate about sharing what I have. The first thing that I want to do is I want to show you how you can build a system, and I also want to go over the 30 systems. So really quick, I'm going to read through these, and when I think of marketing, I divide this up. So hopefully you have a copy of this. If not, I can get you one. Just shoot me an email, chat@breakthroughptmarketing.com. But this is the 30 systems as I use them in my private practice and have built them out. But anyhow, I think of it as internal marketing or external. Internal marketing is anything that happens in here. You can see right behind me, I think we have over 300 testimonials now on the walls of our clinic, or patient stories. But in internal marketing, in the Killer Marketing Program, I share 5 or 6 of the best systems that I have that are the biggest bang for your buck, give you the greatest ROI. And, that includes regular, consistent communication, and exactly how we do that with our patient list, how to host events, postcards. I figured it out where it's working really well for us. Also email, or CRM, which is Customer Resource Management, a system for free checks or checkups. We do a health mentor program, which is where we encourage referrals. And just within the past 3, I think it was 3 weeks ago, we hit an all-time high. We had 14 patients referred by another patient there, and we have a system for that, and that's why it's so high. We have a system for doing promotions via social media and Facebook. We have obviously a system for testimonials where every patient who comes through and hits the progress day or graduation day, we're recording their story and making it part of the medical record. We have a patient representative, and we have a system for the surveys that she asks and the questions that she asks throughout a patient's plan of care. We have a graduation day, so the day that somebody graduates, we have a whole system and process for that. We do an exercise card system where everybody that comes through gets one of these, so they have full color instructions for what they're to be doing. So reports, how to write reports that result in people reaching out and coming in for PT. How to write books. So I wrote a book on back pain, and we attract people with that. How to do promotional gifts that result in new patients. And we also have other contests and games that we hold as well. So just in our internal marketing, we're averaging 84 new patients a month. And last month we just hit 89. So that's past patients returning for additional care or patients referring other patients. So 2014 we averaged 84 new patients a month just from those, as a product of those 15 systems. With our referral sources, we do a consistent referral source communication to them that results in them referring and also them keeping the door open. So it's not a lot of money to do, but I teach that in the Killer Marketing course, and that's what has resulted in us. We have 40 patients per month, new patients per month, who their primary doctor is a POPS physician. And I teach that in the Killer Marketing course about how we do that. In addition to that, in the last 7 years, we've had 200 or more doctors originating a referral to us, and no doctor has represented more than 4%. So we're extremely, extremely wide as well, in spite of hospitals not allowing us to talk to physicians, in spite of 4 local POPS practices, and in spite of 2 of the largest corporate PT companies in the country. Also, how we use testimonials with physicians, because the system for how we use it with patients is different than how we use it with physicians. We do a green ink letter system for physicians in terms of how we communicate. When we do a luncheon, which is not often, we have a system for that. We have a system, something called a Top 3 program, which is where we provide something valuable to physicians that empowers them. We have a system for doing lunches out of the office with doctors. And we also have a survey system to find out what they need and they're looking for and making a referral to PT. We also have also an external marketing. So internal marketing is everything that happens within your walls. External marketing is your referral sources, and then the general public. We have a system for segmented letter campaigns that work really well. We have a system for, we call it the Top 3 squeeze pages, which is, if you know, I have the #1 video on YouTube for 6 different diagnoses, and most of them are top 3 exercises for back pain, top 3 exercises for neck pain. So you get like 200,000 views a month, and the way that happened was just by creating a system 4 or 5 years ago for putting that out there. But we have a way that we attract new patients via those videos. We also have the use of other reports and videos to the general public that attracts patients. And by the way, we have patients who, just last Friday, I saw somebody who drove here from over 2 hours away that found us via valuable video content. We also, again, I just mentioned the YouTube channel and the system that we do that with. Also, we have how to do conversions on our website, or how to convert those visitors to new patients. We also have one on Google Ads, which is a system. We have a system for workshops where we're attracting people in, and we average between 10 and 20 new patients a month based on those workshops. And the most I've ever had for a workshop was 106 people register for a single workshop, which was pretty cool, but that all came from a system. And we also have events for the general public. So really quick, I gave you the 30 systems. We're going to step into the boardroom here for a second. All right, so if we're looking to build a system, and if you really want to get to the point where you are working yourself out of a job, so you no longer have to be an everyday part of your business. And by the way, 527 visits in the last week, and I saw 1 visit, and it was that patient who drove more than 2 hours away to see us. I can step away from my business. I can help other practice owners. I can take a day or a week's vacation with my family and not have it affect my business. and I want to help you do that same exact thing. So how to build systems, this is how you do it. One is you have to be able to do it. So there's something called learn, do, teach. You have to know what you're doing before you can teach somebody else to do it. So it's learn, do, teach, but you need to be able to do it competently. So step number one is you do it. If you can't do an eval, if you can't do treatment, if you can't help somebody with back pain, if you can't help somebody with podiatry problem, if you can't help somebody with knee problem, orthopedic problem, vestibular problem, whatever it is that your PT clinic is about, if you can't do it, game's over. You can't really have somebody else do it. So step number one is you do it. Step number two is you record it. So when I started recording my business systems, I used to try to write it out. And what I discovered was I sucked at that. I just couldn't do it. But you know what's really easy is turn on the camera. So you can grab a flip phone. Now you can grab your iPhone. Right now I'm filming on my MacBook Pro. You can film on a webcam. It's really quick and easy to do, but you want to record it. I don't like to type stuff out. I find it a really difficult way to communicate with, and that it's hard for the next person to duplicate. So we actually have a video. I should have grabbed this for you, but every patient that graduates, they get a t-shirt, and we have a system where we can fold a shirt in less than 2 seconds. I learned it online, showed our PT aides in the clinic, and now they do the same thing, and we did all that by video. So first I learned how to do it, I recorded it, and then you want to show your staff member how to do it. So you want to show your staff. Really, really simple. And then guess what you do? You watch them do it. You know, this is classic mentorship, discipleship, whatever you want to call it, but it's you do it, you record how to do it, you show somebody else, and then you watch them do it, and you're giving them feedback and making sure they get to the point where they can do it competently. It doesn't seem like rocket science, but many times, at least for myself early on in the beginning, it was really hard to press record, and I would say stuff like, well, everybody knows how to do a low back evaluation. Guess what? They don't. Sometimes, you know, if you're not your best physical therapist, for example, what you can do is you can just record your best physical therapist. So when I started doing this, Mike Gilbert did an amazing lumbo sacral eval, and I just recorded him doing it. It was 25 minutes long. We trained all of our therapists how to do a lumbosacral eval based on what Mike was doing. Really, really simple. We recorded it, we showed them, we then recorded them doing it. And within a week's time, we had all of our therapists doing very, very thorough lumbosacral evals. Guess what? Then you can do it for shoulder, cervical spine, etc. This right here is exactly what killer marketing training is all about. I'm going to go through. I've done the systems. I'm attracting the patients with it. You know, and I'll give you a story that just happened within the last 24 hours. We had 10 patients going into the next week. Within one day, we're now at 24 patients. So we have the 30 systems in place, and if I'm honest with you, there's probably even more if I would sit down and think about it, because I'm always going out and learning from the best marketers out there. I have a deep passion for it. I know it's the driver for all business, regardless of how good of a physical therapist we are, how many certifications we have. We don't have the marketing, nobody really knows about us, and nobody takes advantage of our services. So what killer marketing training is all about is I've done it, and I'm doing it right now. I've recorded it. I'm going to show you and your staff, and that's part of the training as well. So I'm going to show you and your staff, and then I'm going to watch you do it. I want to see you implement, and I want to see you win with it the same way that I am. Now, it's not all going to happen. This is not a quick and easy fix. This is going to take time, and I'm sharing testimonials with you from Derek, Derek, who more than doubled his practice within 3 months. Ophir, same exact thing. Travis improved his practice. I believe he has 4 or 5 clinics now. Stacy and Amy, who were on the verge of closing their practice doors, and now have renewed hope and growth, and everything's moving in the right direction again, and they're growing, and they're actually able to pay themselves. And I want you to listen to those stories. But what that came from is they were willing to go through this. They were willing to watch the training. They were willing to go through it, and then they actually did it. This is not a system that you buy, and download it and you watch it, you do nothing, and then things magically happen. It is not that. It's not, you don't take it in the cellophane packet and put it on your bookshelf and then your practice magically turns around. You know, the thing for you really is, if you're willing to put in the study ethic and the work ethic and you're willing to put it into play, you basically get a huge shortcut. I've invested over $1.8 million. That's just in marketing cost. I'm not even giving you the 300 grand that I've paid in marketing personnel and training those personnel, nor am I accounting for my time. That's $1.8 million in hard marketing, testing, and expenses and costs, from buying TV time to radio time to billboards to postcards to direct mail. I've done just about everything that you can possibly imagine, and I want to share that with you. I want to give you a huge shortcut. You know, I've studied marketing about 15 hours a week on average for the last 10 years. I think it comes out to like 6,500 hours. It's a ton of time, but I can give you a huge shortcut if you're willing to go through this process of I've already done it, I recorded it, I'm willing to show you, and then I want to watch you put it into action and win with it. So the next thing that I want you to do, your next step, is if you're serious about building a system with me, putting it into practice for your private practice and winning with it, and you're willing to take responsibility and accountability for your study ethic and your work ethic, I want you to scroll down below. There's going to be a button, and I want you to join me in the Killer Marketing Training and join other owners who are just like you, who are looking to grow their practice, or looking to create systems. You get those systems in place, and then you're able to hire other physical therapists like Derek, like Travis, and step away and not have your practice crash, so that you can could you imagine taking a vacation with your family and not checking your cell phone or calling back to the office? I've done that, and I want to show you how to do that. So scroll down below, click on the button for the course, and I will see you in the Killer Marketing Training.